So today I've got a rather worrying story, and hopefully it serves as, a bit of a warning for some people, maybe opens some people's eyes to the possibilities. But I was basically trying to buy some gold, and my transaction was blocked by the bank. And this is after I've put in, my passwords. I'm on my recognised device. I've gone through, various stages of passwords, security questions. I've also gone through the two-factor. I've gone into my account and I've put in, details of the person I want to pay. I've gone through all that, confirmed everything. I've confirmed that I definitely want to make the payment. I've done all these different steps and, get through, put the amount in, everything looks good. You've got to confirm, check again, confirm again, and all that way through, and then finally the payment was stopped. So the bank basically put a freeze on my account, which meant that I couldn't do anything. I couldn't access the money that was in there until I called their fraud team. So the fraud team, they're pretty inquisitive. They want to know a lot about a lot of things, and obviously I was fairly vague. Didn't want to give them too much information, but the fact that they wouldn't just let me, get into my account through all these passwords, I had to get in touch with them when I'd obviously done nothing wrong. And it was also a company that I'd paid before. So the dealer that I'd paid, it's not like a new account that I've never paid before. And with my bank, I make more substantial purchases. It's not like a large amount for me to be spending. It's not like an out of character thing for me to do, to send some money to another account. The account's one I use regularly, and yeah, it was just stopped just like that. So I'm a little bit worried, really. What do you think, guys? Have you ever had anything similar happen to you, or have you perhaps experienced anything similar? What do you think about the current state of the banks? So I get it from one point of view. They're trying to protect vulnerable customers who might be gullible enough to fall for some of the online scams, and some of them are pretty convincing. But you've got to go through all these codes, all these passwords, and when it's an account I've been paying before, things like this, I'm really not too happy about that. It was pretty annoying for me. So the lesson really to learn from this is not have all your eggs in one basket. Now, luckily for me, I don't just bank with one bank. I have multiple accounts with various providers in the UK and also two other countries. So not all my money is tied up in one place. Obviously not all my money is in fiat. I have some gold and obviously some cash in the safe deposit box as well. So yes, it is in a safe deposit box, which you could say is a bit stupid, but to me it's just not worth the risk having it all at home. Have a little bit of money in the pocket just for regular expenses. So if something happened, I'm not going to go hungry, I'm not going to starve. I've got a bit of food at home and things like that. So, it's not going to be end of the world, but it is just worrying how much control people have of our money. So when we just want to make a simple transaction, it's as easy as that for it to be stopped. And obviously the implications of that are pretty serious, to be honest. So, yeah, going forward, some suggestions. I would not have all my money in one basket, which, like I say, I don't, luckily, so I was able to buy the gold that I wanted with another account. But yeah, that account didn't stop the payment, didn't do anything to prevent it, which is good. Now, you might say, well, if you were getting scammed, or if it was someone, hacked into your account, stealing the money, then you'd be glad then. Well, yeah, obviously, but, the amount of stages that you have to go through, and that's the point of all these passwords and two factors and everything else. So, it's just a bit disappointing, really, and at the same time very worrying. So especially when you consider what's going on with the banks at the moment, there's a few of them having a few issues, it seems. So the age-old thing of if you don't hold it, you don't own it rings pretty true here. Now, I just wonder, is it going to get worse? Is it going to get better? I did ask the bank if I could opt out of these kind of extra, challenges, if you like, once I've put in, 3 sets of passwords and device passwords and, all these different things. I'm pretty happy that it's me. Someone would have to have my device and all the rest of it. But yeah, at the end of the day, if the banks are going to be on the receiving end, they're going to do what they can to protect themselves. But when they, phrase it, oh, it's protecting the customer, it's protecting you, it's your money that we're saving. Yeah, if someone's trying to empty my account that's, on a new device from a country I've never been to, but, if it's me on my home Wi-Fi and my own device, all these different things, then I'm pretty confident it's me. I just wonder what the next stage is. So, what about you guys? Let's talk in the comments.